In this edition of Tech in 3 Minutes or Less, we're going to answer the question, which browser do I use for what? This is the first time in Rockwood that we are using multiple browsers and using browsers for specific programs. So I want to give you some strategies so to make this process a little bit easier and kind of show you which items you'll definitely want to use a specific browser for. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to put your browsers in your taskbar at the bottom. And to do that, you're going to go to your Start menu and you're going to start typing in the names of those browsers. So the first one is Internet Explorer. I'm going to right click where I see that and do Pin to Taskbar. That's going to put that at the bottom. I'm going to now go ahead and type the same thing in and do the same process for Google Chrome. And lastly, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing for Firefox. So I'm going to go ahead, right click, and pin those to the taskbar. So let's talk about why we might use each of these different internet browsers. The first one we're going to look at is Internet Explorer, the one that most of us are probably most familiar with. If you are doing work on the Insider where you have to do some editing, you're going to want to go ahead and use Internet Explorer. Now if you're just viewing the Insider, you can view that on the other browsers probably without much of an issue. The other place you're definitely going to want to use your Internet Explorer browser is when you are editing your SharePoint Teacher website. If you use the other two, it's just not going to work correctly. SharePoint is designed specifically for Internet Explorer, and that becomes part of the problem with some of these programs. They're designed to work with one specific browser. Now, Google Chrome is new to Rockwood, and we recommend Google Chrome when you are actually working with all of your Google Apps for Education and things of that nature. So when you're doing your Google Drive and you want to have students working in this will always give you all of the features. So kind of think, if I'm going to do things in Google, I want to go ahead and use Chrome. Now, there are also other things Chrome can do that are a little bit different. All of your bookmarks travel with you on Chrome. So when you do go into Chrome, you actually sign in, and what that allows you to do is now if I go to a different computer, all of these bookmarks are going to come with me. So that's actually one way that I actually really like to use Chrome for more than just the Google Apps for Education. And lastly, we have Firefox. And as you know, right now we are using Firefox specifically for Infinite Campus. And so what I would recommend doing is once you open Firefox, actually go ahead and go to Infinite Campus. So once you are on Infinite Campus, go up to your tab on the upper left, hit the Firefox orange tab, go to Options and go to Options one more time, and then go ahead and say Use Current Page and say OK. And what this does is now anytime you open Firefox, that will be your default page that comes up, and Infinite Campus will pop right up, and that's really why we want you to use Firefox. So those are the three browsers, and hopefully now you have some clarity on which ones to use for what.